Go.
Just so you know, we've done this 3 times because Dan can't click the button. So welcome back to part 2 of tonight's episode.
Do you play any FPSs, Dan? Do you play like Overwatch or anything? Oh, missed. Yeah. missed.
Which way do
I deserve all of this because the button's like that big on the screen. It's like it's
he goes 3, 2, 1. Wait, I missed. 3, 2, 1. Wait, I missed. I was like, right, okay, I'm just gonna go with it.
That is
so.
Yeah.
So welcome back to tonight's episode, part 2 of Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. So, you guys are at Walter Grinders. You have done a bit of downtime. You've attempted to reduce heat. You've reduced a little bit.
Did 2 rolls and got
2. Yeah.
Didn't roll above a 4.
You've met with Pit Whipple of the assassins of Spell. They're after your rivals, the Water Rats, someone who threatened blackmail you.
Yep.
You found out Tombstone wants to become a vampire.
Yeah, that's cool.
You've hired Juliet Green, an arch priestess, or high priestess, sorry.
Thaddeus found out that Merrick is a vampire.
Yep, that's what
Thadeus said. Thadeus believes Merrick to be a vampire. I'm interested to see what Merrick makes of the Clan of the Rose when he finds out, because I mean he'll be working with Juliet as well.
Yeah.
So and you come tonight to believe to your score tonight. You're gonna make a rally.
Take back what is ours.
Make
Doskvol
land great again.
Yes, make Doskvol but great again. We're taking back foreign-owned property in the city.
Honestly, I am so uncomfortable with the amount of racism in this game now, and it's completely fictional, which is a good thing though. That shows that these are the themes I think we should explore, because it highlights the injustice in the world. Genuinely, that's what the great thing about role-playing games. You're allowed to explore these themes, you know, in a way that is basically, again, not I say fun, but like safe.
Yes.
You know, and that makes it so interesting, while being awfully uncomfortable. So let's do it. So, how do you want to do this? Oh, sorry, before you quick note. All Fireborn is now -2.
Yes.
The grinds are a -3. What that means in game terms, and vice versa, is that the grinders will go out of their way to hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they expect the same in return. All Fireborn will now, when it's beneficial, will hurt you and expect something in return. He expects that you guys haven't helped him, that you are no longer on this side, and after this rally, my attitude is always coming from the rally.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, right, you're not with us, you're against us. You know, not only did you not help him with his rally or his speeches, which you had before, you're now actually going against Scott for taking Scott's own property. So wow, you flipped quick. That's his view of it. Yeah,
we didn't flip. We're just doing what's good for business.
So, well, maybe you can tell him that, and we'll see what happens at -2. But that's his perception. Just so you got an idea, and you hear it in the underworld like going, you know, Ulf is really not happy with what you guys do.
Yeah.
So this is what you'd hear in time. So, please, what do you want to do?
So, we want to arrange a meeting with the local merchants, or like the most best merchants, I suppose, the richest merchant in Crow's Foot.
Okay.
Any property owners who own a lot of property in Crow's Foot, they can come to and basically arrange a forum or a meeting with these prominent figures in the Crow's Foot community. So any prominent figure in a Crow's Foot community we will pen a letter to them inviting them to a meeting regarding political tensions and the way those political tensions have strangulated Acrosian commerce and profits. Or will do in the future if this continues. Yeah.
Okay, is this part of the score?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think this is the first. This is the first challenge, right? It's getting these on side, and then the rally follows this. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's convincing them to work with us to get a rally together.
So, what's the planning in detail?
Social.
Yeah. And the point of detail is the contact, I believe.
Like the letter which we send out.
So that's the point of contact, the letter to the prominent figures. Okay, cool. What load are you taking for this?
I will take normal.
Okay, so you're going to look like a scoundrel.
Yeah. It depends, because I want to look like a scoundrel at the rally itself. Yeah. But at a meeting, I don't see why I'd wear that.
Understood. So you can swap the loads out then between.
I'll just wear light.
Okay, so for the meeting it's light, and then for the rally we can.
Because we were acting as muscle basically.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think ultimately we want to look like everyone else, right? We want to look like the kind of working class. So I think the scoundrel.
The way I see the score working, if we get to the rally, is that Thadeus would conduct the security, and that maybe Merrick would be the person like Grandma Wormtongue whispering in the talkers' ears to try and get them to hit on
welcome here.
Yeah, exactly. To hit on certain key points as the rally progresses, and as we try and manipulate the rally into a certain direction, which is action against the stuff.
Ill news and ill guests.
yeah. If you're comfortable with that.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Are you comfortable lying?
No, I'm sorry. I don't do that.
Cool. So, right, let's prep for the roll, the engagement roll. 1 dice for sheer luck.
Can we do a roll to see how good this letter is, like a tier roll? Do that to see
cool.
see if it gets any bonuses for us.
What action are you taking to write the letter?
I think you should probably write the letter. I think you'll be the most persuasive out of two of us. So perhaps like
Thaddeus is scrawling versus Merrick scrawling.
Come to meeting or you'll lose money. Fuck the Scots.
I feel
like, is this a threat? Are you threatening that you're gonna attack them if they don't come?
I feel like as it's pretty much propaganda, I think this is the definition of sway.
Yeah.
Literally trying to sway opinion.
Yeah, Thaddeus is like making a threat almost. Cool. So, risky standard.
Risky standards.
Let's see how they respond to it.
With the sway.
Yeah, boy.
4 to 5.
The other slight consequence. Okay, the consequence is that people haven't heard of you or aware of you, so it's not as effective as you'd hope for. It's not like you didn't get everyone there. But it seems to have reached a few people. Yeah. Some of the major figures. Okay. Again, when you see me, like, it's not as many as I hoped, but it's a good amount.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the point of contact, basically.
So 1 dice for sheer luck. I will say 2 dice for the letter. 2 additional.
2 additional.
Yeah. You will lose 1 for being criminals. And being known criminals.
What?
What?
I mean, that comes into a good question I was going to ask. Are we doing this as ourselves? Because I feel like we'd be doing this under, like, some other...
Ibrahim and Lafayette.
We've still got the front of the business, though. Even if it's part of the underworld, it's still... I'm sure, like, all the business owners have some sort of...
So it's Crow's fault. It's Crow's fault.
Yeah,
so maybe for this meeting we go by our own names, but then for the actual rally itself, I'm definitely going in disguise.
I probably won't. I'll probably I'll probably go under the guys that they've hired us.
Yeah.
They've hired us for muscle, basically.
Pablo Escobar. Yeah. When as Pablo Escobar.
I mean, if I'm interacting with the Crow, so I'd definitely be in disguise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to go. Okay, cool. So yeah, we lose 1 for 3 criminals.
Yeah, because people are basically, they're wary of being too associated, but they're still turned up.
Yeah.
But let's see how amenable they are to your ideas. Is there anything else you think should help, or
other than the current political climate?
We'll actually say +1 for it's bold. I think it's so bold because you are going to use the anti-Scot sentiment. So the people here are going to be looking to help. I think that seems fair. Known criminals -1. The letter is a +2. You get 1 dice for luck. Letter's +2. Yeah, 3. I think 3 seems fair. 3 or 2. I think I'll with the idea.
It's up to you.
I think 3 seems fair.
3 seems fair.
Okay.
Should I do it?
Yeah.
How open are the crowd to your ideas when you arrive?
So Merrick steps onto the.
So you're in like the beer
holds
hall.
a feather.
You're in the beer hall. A few prominent figures you recognise. Probably about 10 have turned up out of the major players. Sitting there on the drinks. They look at you expectantly, Merrick, as you sit there. The candles and the lanterns lit, and this light falls on you.
All right, let's go.
Yes, boy.
Yeah. You start in a control position.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah, of the engagement
That's
role.
a weird phrase.
They actually seem to be listening to us, and Merrick's like, They're not talking over us.
Absolutely, and they look up expectantly at you.
Okay. It is time. Obviously, you've heard of the recent news and the divide in this city. I feel like it is time that we, take back control.
Embrace your inner dictator, Dan. Just embrace
Stop
it.
banging the table.
Oh god, do I even have any inner dictator?
Yeah, you actually do. You love playing the villain. You absolutely do. Embrace Dracula.
Yeah, I'm not going to do an exact speech, but like the general point of it is, I'm just going to just start rounding people up, and I guess we want to kind of get the word out about the rally at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like we are the inner circle. We are going to be the ones to
We'll fund the
this
organisation basically of the rally. So we'll fund posting any propaganda, posters and stuff like that to get the word out about it. We'll set up a stage and we'll be the protection in case things get out of control. Really.
Okay. Just of interest, what turf are you going for?
I think what do we know about the Grinders' current operations?
Just because while this role is separate, it's just so I'm planning ahead now what turf.
I think it would just be normal turf to get our I think it's just going to be stunned. Because these don't give us a turf. It's just
no. I feel like just go for a turf.
Yeah.
Probably that one.
Yeah, we'll go for that turf.
Okay, you just go for
a piece of turf.
Just area control. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're the inner circle. You'll fund it all. What action are you taking?
It's got to be sway, hasn't it?
Yeah. So controlled.
There's controlled Harper roll.
I'll give you a devil's bargain here.
Go for it.
So you'll get an extra dice, but one of the crowd is a spirit warden.
Why would I care?
You might not.
Okay.
Oh, Dan, you always take it.
I don't always take it. I didn't take the last one.
That's true.
I've been good once. Now that means I can be bad for the rest of the evening. I don't see what can be wrong with it. It's fine.
You don't see.
What's go wrong?
Matt sees. Matt sees all.
Right. So sway.
Better crit now.
I got a 6. Anyways.
Yeah, with 2 skulls counts a crit negative.
Oh, one skull.
I thought you got 4.
No, 1, 4,
3
6.
dice.
Oh, nice 3 dice. Sorry.
We good.
Yeah, you good. So you got 6. Wow. So not only you control it, you do it, and there are no consequences. So
these
you
rolls while they
achieve
last.
your aim completely. The crowd are open to your ideas. Your words fall upon receptive ears.
Excellent.
You have their attention. They are rapt, and you can see heads nodding. You see murmuring discussions, nodding along with you, going, "Yeah," and you feel, Merrick, this is where you belong. On stage, people listening to you, agreeing with you, hanging on to your
waving
words,
my cane,
waving your cane, and they see him past the criminal guys, the criminal front, as not criminals. They don't see you as criminals here. They see you as people of Crow's Foot, people who are working. They don't see your breathing heritage. They see your Crowsian. You're a Crowsian nationality that you've lived in the city. Your accent alone, they see themselves. That's what they see. They see themselves in the situation.
Can I do a flashback at this point?
Certainly.
From the people who responded to our letter
Yes.
and who agreed to come to hear what we had to say.
Yes.
Can I try and find out any personality traits or like people who I believe would be a good spokesman for this rally?
Certainly, and I would need to do that. I would say, what are you looking for?
A good orator and a person who holds respect in the community and who people of Crow's Foot would listen to.
Okay. Cool. So
maybe like a lifelong Crow's Foot citizen.
You wouldn't need to roll for this.
Okay.
Just to know like those people who you'd get.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I feel like we should like zone into like one person and then really get them riled up about it to try and then you like go from talking to everyone to just zoning in on that one person and really try and twist push his buttons really like to try and get him to.
So there's 2 that really stand out of the people that have turned up. Yeah, you've got Josiah Anvil, and you've got Vivian Windlass.
Yeah.
What do we know about those?
So,
peeps.
You're surprised Vivian showed up. She's the most. She's the strangest appearance. So Josiah Anvil is a wealthy business owner. Simple as that. He's got multiple stores. His family started off by running a general shop on one of the main street corners. The corners of Indeed. Let me actually pull up Crow's Foot. It will be the one right in the middle of the screen. There we go. So, yeah, it's on the corner of Ryan Candle. So it was what basically his grandfather owned, and his father, and he's taken it over. And he's built, and he owns several businesses now run themselves. So it's general stores. He owns a small tavern, that kind of thing. He's just got several shops under his belt. An entrepreneur, for lack of a better. He's literally an entrepreneur.
And does he give anything back to the community, or is he
he's a
very
respected
much
figure.
just like
He's a respected figure.
Right, okay.
So these are ones that they're what you're looking for.
Right, okay.
He is someone who basically worked his way out of the area he come from, but has never forgotten it.
Yeah.
He's a local lad who his accent has now been reduced. He talks a lot better. He dresses relatively well, but people still respect him, and he's the kind of person, a good person that people look up to and go, yeah, like that's an ideal. That's someone who worked hard, who gives back to the community. He remembers where he come from. He's still got family. Like his grandmother lives in the area, his cousins live in the area. He's someone who's got family ties to Crow's Foot, that kind of guy.
Okay.
People have also asked him. Some crowd have asked him to run for office at various points, but he's still focused on his business side. Though he doesn't live in Crow's Foot anymore, he has come.
Right, okay.
Vivian Windlass is a famous seamstress. So she specifically focuses on fashion and tailoring. The reason she is a bit of a curveball, the reason she's surprised she's come, is she got semi-famous from making what would essentially be poor clothing look good. This whole down-to-earth, working man, working class style, she has the flair of an artist.
Yeah.
Her clothes, while remaining cheap and affordable, looked good. They look good. And a lot of people bought into that, and it's that good quality hardware and clothing, fashionable items. And her store became one of the main go-to stores for, wedding outfits, smart suits, bridesmaids dresses, and it expanded from there to all aspects of clothing while remaining affordable. It allowed the people of Crow's Foot and the surrounding poorer areas to basically dress well, dress well without paying too much. And her ideas were taken on then by some of the aristocracy, by nobles who were like, wow, this visionary designer who, because people always want the opposite, right? So people in power want to look like, rough and slum it a little bit, and people, who are rough and slumming it want to look better off. People always want what they can't have or want the opposite. So her fashion trends have gone through things like, imagine she's the person who'd wear ripped jeans. That's the kind of person she would do, but would then sew patches into them on purpose to make them look like they've been patched up, so they look nice, but they're not. If that makes sense. That kind of vibe. And she's also she's made quite a bit of money. She still lives in the area, or supposedly so.
Right.
But yeah, they're both respected figures, both good orators, both well known.
Well done. You're a more better judge of character than Thaddeus is.
Okay, I think what we're really looking for here is someone that's gonna really appeal to the.
Well, I think Josiah is more like, even though he's not rags to riches, is more like down to earth than what is basically a fashion designer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how relatable that is to the average person.
Down to earth, relatable.
Yeah, I think that's more like it, and it's like, yeah, I'd say Uzziah is the one to zoom in on.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll. Should I finish addressing the crowd, and then we'll cut to try and meet him at the bar or something like that, and talk with him privately.
Yeah, or even seed the idea of we need strength of character during these trying times, and someone needs to lead the people. I know you're foreign, so you can maybe play on that and say I know I'm not from this land, but the Acrosian peoples have captured my heart, and I do not want to see their people decimated by ravaging foreigners. Or I don't know, just a bit appeal to that. Oh yeah, he is a foreigner, but he's on our side, sort of thing. And then
one of the good ones.
Yeah, there's a famous story that I forget which Frenchman it was. It was when England and France were at war back a couple of centuries ago, and it was a famous writer. I wish I could remember his name. And it's one of those famous stories where he's such a good writer and such a good speaker that the crowd surrounded him, and he went, "Is it not enough that I'm French? I want to be like you." And told the people of London how much he loved them, that they escorted him home and cheered him.
Yeah.
For he gets it. He gets he's a Frenchman and he's telling us how good we are, and he believed him. And I'll find it at some point for you. But yeah, it's that kind of
yeah, maybe you say get him at the bar, but perhaps see that idea and someone like his head, which is it's been crow's foot has been a Acrosian for 500 years or something like that.
Yeah, I'll finish up on stage then, and I'll give everyone a date. And, this is when the rally's happening. Spread the word. We need as many people as possible.
There are open spots for orating, and if you want to say your piece and write to us. Really.
I'll open that for everyone, but then we'll actually go and talk to them individually about ringleading or whatever.
Okay, so you give your speech. The smattering of applause. You then go to socialise. People all start talking, start coming together. And while there's 10 prominent figures, they've brought a lot of their entourages or their hangers on. So it's quite a busy area.
Yeah.
You got say 10 or about 10 to a dozen, depending on how you define prominent figures there. You can call it a dozen. But then they've brought their aides, or a couple of smaller business owners and networking. There's probably about 50 people there all in all. Who responded, but it's the 10 major ones. Okay, so you find Uzziah. You manage to come face to face with him across the room. And what do you say or do to him?
Yes, I am, my friend. I'm glad you can make it.
You see him suddenly. He is in his early 40s. He wears a finely tailored suit, though not ostentatious. He wears clean shoes, though a little scuffed, but they've been polished. It's the kind of man who you look at and go, he's definitely well dressed. But he's got a bit of a polished boot look to it, if that makes sense. It's a boot, but it's been polished up. He's never too far from a couple of people that seem to be making notes or with him or he talks to.
Yeah.
His 3-piece suit, it's grey. Bit like his demeanour. Not that he's not a good orator or has charisma, but he's a bit okay, this is interesting. What have you got to offer? He's turned up. You're not sure how affable he is to the idea. He's definitely, you get the impression straight away, looking into the mirror, that he's definitely a thinker. He's someone who thinks things through, which is probably how he's got to where he is. He's got an aquiline nose, and a mouth that looks like it was carved out of stone. This is a guy who you can definitely tell from crow's foot. He's just got that crow's foot edge to him, even though his accent's been softened and he wears nice clothes. That you can take the man out of crow's foot, but you can't take crow's foot out of the man. This is the guy who, while his granddad might have been a shop owner, he definitely grew up and seeing some violence and seeing things. And his, not standoffish, just his reserved demeanour, though there's a bit of a warmth to him when you start talking. Tell someone who makes intelligent decisions and considers actions before pursuing them. So You speak well, Merrick. You've been using your name, Merrick Daines.
Yes.
You speak well, Mr. Merrick Daines. I can see you captured the crowd.
Indeed, it's a wonderful turnout. Everybody seems very passionate in defending the city. Can I get you a drink?
Just water, please. On business.
I'll get you a drink.
Okay, he takes his water. And he sits down at a table with you, since that you want to talk business. So he's in business mode. Well, thank you. I see. Yes, the passion the people display seems to emanate from yourself. Interesting for someone who does what you do, shall we say.
This city has been good to me. I merely wish to give back and make sure.
And there's a little smile there. Just a little smile creeps on, like, oh yeah, that what you call it, is it?
Yeah. Of course. This operation needs a figurehead. I don't feel that myself, being Eruvian as I am the perfect person to do this.
Yeah. And he kind of sets his glass down, realising where's his head. Yes. You're looking for someone to lead. And I assume
to gather the people, to direct.
I'm sure you have no stake in this.
Only the city. I live here after all.
But you would fund the rally and the papers and the posters and...
It's important to my heart.
In my experience, it's the person with the money that has the power. And campaigning is an expensive endeavour, so that certainly is something you're clearly aware of. That's why so many politicians are bound by those who fund them. I've often believed those who run for office should have to make their contributions and their contributors known, so that the people may make a more informed decision as to who is really pulling the strings, so to speak, what the real agenda is. I would be interested to know what your agenda is, Mr. Merrick, for someone who is so clearly passionate about defending the city, if you so claim.
My agenda is I wish to cause peace of mind. On an honest note, I work with a man named Thadeus Clinker. You probably know. He's ex-military. Not fond of the Skovs at all.
Yes.
He gets distracted by things like this, and recently it's been very difficult. So it's...
The anti-Scot sentiment is bad for the drug business.
Quite.
Oh, you learn something every day. At any point you can make a roll. Or,
Okay.
if you're not sure to say your character can always roll. He'd take that and he'll consider it. He's going to cut to the chase and he goes, what are you driving at here, Mr. Merrick? Why the rally? I mean, you want someone to lead. What is your point here?
I would consider yourself perfect for this position.
What have I done to deserve such an honour?
You are a man of the people. You have proven yourself in all your businesses to be a fine leader. The common people of Crowsfoot speak highly of you. It is this renown that makes you perfect.
You flatter with words.
I think I'll make a roll at that point. I'm trying to consort at this point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very friendly.
Definitely risky.
Risky.
Yeah. You appeal into maybe a bit of an ego.
Yeah, exactly.
It's whether
you're such a good businessman. You're such a good leader. Oh man, you're amazing.
Is he gonna bite? Is he gonna bite? That's the question.
Yeah. Okay. Did a consort roll. Risky standard. 125.
5 with a consequence. Consequence here is going to be lessened effect. So to me, it's a limited effect. He hears your words, so he nods at your words. It is true. You honour me, but it is true. I've been successful. Family had a good business. I grew up in a good household with a good mind for numbers, and I've managed to make my way in the world through this upbringing. I was very lucky that despite where I grew up, my family did not have too many ties to criminals or to the world, though it's hard to grow up in Crowsfoot without knowing someone or having someone close to you, at least be somewhat involved. I have no interest in being someone's puppet, Mr. Merrick, or in being a figurehead or a leader for a criminal organisation. I appreciate what you're doing for the city, and in my experience, I have no problem with Scarf myself. They are hard-working people for the most part, I think, and like any other person, they pay their way. Some of my peers might feel differently. Yes. So he seems to have heard your words that, yeah, I would be a good leader, but he isn't interested in being anyone's puppet.
Go for the sway, baby.
Criminality is no part of it. I don't know what you're getting at.
Perhaps, like, if we could flash back,
You got
like,
resistance, you got resistance as well.
oh yeah. Perhaps we could, like,
Resist that argument.
or resist that. Yeah. Perhaps, like, lean on his opportunistic side of things, like in terms of him being a businessman, and then perhaps say there's no better time to grab an opportunity now if you want to enact real change in politics, or in the state of the city. You have to take this opportunity as it's come, and then perhaps say that if you wish us to have no more involvement past this rally, then we'll cut ties there. And say we've run legitimate businesses as well, and it's good for the whole of Crowsfoot.
Yeah, I think I'd want to try and assure him that, like, we don't have any, like, intention of pulling strings here.
Yeah, that's definitely his main bugbear, is that he's worried that, or not worried, but he thinks you're gonna fund the figurehead. Maybe you are, and that could be the truth, but that's what he thinks. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter. That's what he believes.
Yeah.
And if that seems to be what Merrick would see from this conversation, is that's what his barrier is. This is how you overcome that barrier.
You just sway him, like, to make him think that is not our intention at all.
Yeah, I think I'll assure that I understand his fears, but we do not have any intention of retaining control of this. This is for the people. This is
the money will be yours to do with as you wish.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we do not wish to retain any control over this. So, this is your opportunity to.
Or even perhaps, like, say it's coming out of my personal fund. Like, I'm personally funding it. Like, it's nothing to do with the Silk and Noose. You've just done this as a favour.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm personally funding it.
I definitely assure him that this is all from the money from this is all from legal sources. There is nothing criminal behind this. We're gonna do it this way.
Let me just see if I've got something for you. Sway, sway, sway. Sway, sway, sway. Yeah, alright. You can have, I'll give you those bargain here. You can have extra dice. But I will get a second entanglement roll next session because the scobs will hear about this rally and what's going on, and that will, the political machinations of the political machine will cause the politics of the underworld to react accordingly.
I mean, no.
Okay.
He refused one, he's took one, and now he's refused one. Okay, you're back in my good books.
Not like extra entanglements is a bad thing. So sway.
You got low heat. You got low wanted level. Your choice.
Fish effects.
Still receive standards.
Sway. 3 to 4.
3 to 4. Seeming unconvinced by your words. He wants to believe. And you are a good talker, you are a confident talker, you are a charismatic talker. He wants to believe. But his business acumen, his brain is telling no, that the opportunistic side of him wants to latch onto this.
Resist.
But the logical side of him doesn't.
Resist.
You can push on for desperate. So the opportunity is fleeting. The argument is going. You are convincing him, but it's coming one way or another. He's going to make a decision. He's on the fence right now. You put him to the fence, and it's going to go one way or it's going to go the other.
Okay.
So you can either try a different tact to get him.
Just get more passionate. Just go more passionate.
You can go desperate for the same action and roll again.
Just go passionate. Like, just go like get at his disassociation with the Acrosian people, and like just say, how can you just sit back and watch this happen to your people while you sit there in your ivory tower? Like, you know, try and just go try and because that's what we want from him. We want passion. So just like try and pressure those points maybe. And I think that plays into like the desperate role quite well, because it's like it could either go one way or it could just like
you're sitting there going,
him off basically.
You're asking me to accept money from a man, you know, who I have not met. I have nothing to do with. A man who you openly tells me dislikes scovs and is a drug dealer. And while he might have the best interest, Crow's foot and heart, you know, you could not separate those two things. And he's speaking a bit more vehemently now. You could not separate that. I do not believe you can. You're telling me to accept, you know, that he will not hold the purse strings, but I believe he will sever them if I do not follow his interests. And then I will be stuck in a position in public, either I have to refund it myself, or I will walk away from the whole thing and look like I abandoned the people. You know, that's the position you're asking me to go into. So you can either try a different tact, like say, or you can push on.
I think I'm going to push on, and I think I am just going to be like
force him to make a decision.
Yes, that is the risk, but that is the risk that we all must make. This is truly important. And
take your desperate XP.
I'm going to take your desperate XP.
Can I like assist him by playing the Acrosian national anthem? Like, I'll just start singing it.
You turn, if you want to, yeah. Do you turn up?
No.
With Mad Jane singing away?
No. I'll let Merrick deal with it.
Okay, so desperate standard.
Desperate standard 2-8.
Boy!
You deal with the consequence.
Resist the consequence.
Resist the consequence. Resist the consequence. Oh, the consequence be here. You convince him, but almost under duress.
Maybe there's an element of fear, like.
I don't think it's fear. I think you almost pressure him to do into it to get him to agree. You know, ask him questions you can't say no to, like, do you care about the people or not? He obviously say yeah about that, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like a salesman technique. Ask him questions where there's only one logical answer.
I'm going for the close.
Yeah. But he knows this because he's a salesman.
Yeah.
And his resistance to this, or the consequence to this, is that you definitely don't have him under control.
Resist.
I need to resist this.
He will reluctantly agree to it, but he will be absolutely independent and principled on it. And he'll accept the money, but it's like, yeah, you know what, okay, you make a good point, Mr. Merrick.
Resist.
Perhaps you are correct.
Resist.
If this is going to happen, I'm doing it of my own free will, not because of something you said. Which is totally
like looking into a mirror.
Yeah. And he doesn't quite believe it, but he's telling himself to believe it.
I'm gonna resist.
He'll accept the money, but he's taking it.
I'm gonna have to resist this.
You're resisting the consequence.
Yeah.
Okay. You're resisting
We need him under our control.
So you continue to argue as he says that, and as he agrees, okay, I'll do it. But here are the conditions. I'm taking the money. It's mine to do as I will. You will have no say in it. You will not tell me when and where to do this thing. You know, you will fund it, and if you truly believe you're doing this to the people, if your intentions are true, you will fund the money and let me get on with it myself. As you say, I'm a good businessman. I know what I'm doing. You will basically give me independent. You've got to fund it, but I have the freedom to do as I wish. And you're like, but no, we have to use our experience.
Yeah.
So you resist it. I think the resisting this would be
insight.
Well, not insight, is it? No, resolve. Sorry, it's resolve.
I think it's definitely resolve. And I think I want to basically just like one last push to convince him that I just want to help him make a self-sustaining business and like bring up some past like legal ventures.
Yeah, go for it.
So that is 6 stress minus.
Wait, we get 5 dice. You get 5.
5? Oh yes, of course we do. Forge in the fire.
Forge in the fire.
5 dice resist.
That isn't good.
2. Take 2 stress.
Imagine.
Amazing.
Come on.
Amazing. 4 was the best roll.
I mean, to be fair, if you got a 5, you're doing a perfect Yahtzee.
True. What do you have to get in Yahtzee?
Yeah, I think it's 5 different numbers. Oh no, 5 of a kind, isn't it? 5 in a row.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. 1 to 5 is a good.
5 of a kind. Oh yeah, straight at 5.
Straight at 5, yeah. So you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 threes.
Cool.
So you take 2 stress. You have to really convince him. This guy is not easy to convince.
No.
You see why he's headstrong and he's independent of thought, and you can see why he's got where he is. But he agrees. What terms you've given him?
I think we fund the rally straight out. We want to retain some control over where it goes.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Protection.
You have to be there. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, like he wouldn't even want you being there.
Yeah. We have to provide protection for the event.
Okay.
And like we can provide our services to print off. You know, they can write what they want on it, but we'll print it off for them, which isn't that much control.
We'll provide proofreading, editing.
Yeah. Okay. So you provide protection and you have editing over some of the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So he reluctantly agrees, but he agrees nonetheless, and he gives his word. So after a much heated debate, it draws the attention of a few people, like a small crowd begins to appear around you guys. As the debate gets more passionate, not argumentative, just passionate, and you know, suddenly people are leaning in. You're like, no, you don't understand. And he's sitting there going, now he's put his water down. Now he's sitting there and he's leaning in. And you can see it. This is the business deal. This is the, you know, two stacked mental going at it.
We've hired photographers or a photographer, and like this already is where they take the photo of these two like talking like it's like a major point in a Crowsian in Crow's Foot political landscape.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love those memes of Trump where it's like when he's like holding the policies, so it's like drawn with crayon. So you've done it. You have Josiah Anvil on board as the figurehead.
That was Merrick hard at work.
So next, I think the next cut is the rally. A couple days later.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you got the calendar?
Have.
So what day would this be? This was another Calavet. Past Sunday night, the Blue Tide. Maybe on the day before Blue Tide, before the need. Tell you, it's what his suggestion would be before our new loyal City Watch, our blue coats reinforced on the eve of this, of them coming in. Perhaps we should do a rally to benefit the people.
So on the 18th.
The 18th. So the Blue Tide is a Calavet. It's the yearly intake of new recruits for the City Watch.
Yes. Cool.
So on the rest day, it's Carillion, the 6th day of the week. people are. It's the rest. It's basically their Saturday, their weekend in the Akrosi, in the city. So people will be free.
Cool. So the day of the rally, obviously it's in a open area. We've put up a stage.
You drawn a map? Have you done a map of the city where you're marching?
Yeah. We got a route plan signed off with the blue coats, so they know where we're going.
Okay.
Do we have to pay any coin for funding this rally?
Yeah, how much you put into it? Tell you what, here's what we'll say then. Every coin up to 6 gets you a die roll against the grinders when you want to whip the crowd up into a frenzy.
I'll be tempted to pay 4, like maybe 3.
So like the more die you pay up to magnitude of 6, that represents, right? The way it represents the money is your propaganda.
Yeah.
Hiring people to be in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Pride and support and defence against the things.
Spark supply.
It's all the things you're doing. But obviously that's why it gets you. So when when the Riots got their dice, it will give you the same number of dice. The number of coin you put in up to 6 gives you that many dice to roll against.
I'd say 3 or higher.
I don't know. I think 6.
You want to put 6 into it? 6 dice? I say 4. Can we meet in the middle on 4?
3 to 6, muddlers 4.
I suppose.
We might need to level up next time.
Yeah. All right.
4. So there's 1 for my personal.
So the magnitude.
I'll spend for my personal.
Okay, of 4. To give you an idea of the crowd and the size it attracts.
So we have 6 coin left.
It's a small building, about 40 people. Classed as superior.
And what's 5?
5 is a massive gang, about 80 people, a large building. Number wise. So basically, 3 is 20, 4 is 40, 5 is 80, 6 is 160.
Okay.
Obviously, people will come and join, but this is people who are. When I say those numbers, this is people who are actively marching with you. They, not just hangers on. People, you've got people who have bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. There'll be more than 40 there, but these are people who are actively going to help you.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So 4 coin.
Yep.
Again, you've got the red coins from Half Vale, the red tinted coins.
They're still in our supply.
Yeah, always.
As
long as you've got money, they're the last ones to go.
We should spend 6.
No matter how much you try.
You want to spend 6? It's up to you. If you want to spend 2 more
on the day you're doing last minute hires.
We need to pay for the hit if that comes in next session as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll leave 1 in. We'll go for the 5.
Okay, we'll go for 5.
So you've got 80
we'll do 5.
people.
6?
Yeah.
No, 5.
A large building full. You ever seen the start of Gangs New York? Yeah, it's a bit like that. More people suddenly appear at the end. It's like I thought you were bringing a gang. I have, and then more of them appear. Okay. So where's it start? Walk us through it. Take us on a journey.
Right. So it's in the large square in Crow's Foot.
Okay.
The
crossroads.
Yeah.
We've got the market.
We've conducted a stage for the start of the march. We'll go on the march and it'll end in the same place. Yeah. Where we'll finish the march, obviously. We're providing security in terms of our thugs. We'll send our thugs out there to be in the crowd and basically stop anyone from getting too leery at the wrong moment.
How are they dressed? Are they recognisable? Are they blending in? Are they scoundrelly? Are they light load? But just have interest how are your thugs looking here? Or do you want to give an air of legitimacy if they got uniforms? Or
yeah, I think they'd be in their best dress, so not really really smart, but something they'd wear to Sunday lunch or something like that. They probably would be light load, so they don't want to look like it, but they're thugs basically, so they're all obviously largely built and carry a weapon on them. Yeah,
so as you see him getting ready in the morning, the early hours, you see one guy's they're sewing in pockets into their their jackets where they've got long blades, an underarm holster which when they have their arm down you can't really see it but they can easily pull it, that kind of thing. Yeah. So you see him sewing various pockets, and they've got the rigging, so they can hide weapons. Knuckle dusters, and palmed knives, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll also have Mad Jane on sort of a surveillance duty. So she's at a high location, basically with one of the walkie-talkies. contacting me. I'm like the head of security. I've got my well, not an earpiece. It's like a walkie-talkie.
She goes to put her sword in her back. Are you stopping her?
I'll say, since she's up high, I'll just say I'll try and tell her to keep out of sight, basically.
Okay.
While she's up there,
Okay,
and if any
cool.
trouble
So
comes,
she's got
then just come
unusual
down.
stuff,
Yeah.
She's got to break his usual. So what she usually carries now, you'll notice she started carrying guns as well.
Yeah.
There's a brace of pistols and a sword.
Yeah. So I'll just say stay outside. Don't come in the crowd. Just stay. Watch the area and see if you note any movements to me. Yeah. I'll be out in the crowd. I'm sure Merrick will be conducting stuff.
So I'm dressed in like the most plain workery stuff that I can find.
Not hard and crow's foot, certainly.
Nope. I am going by a bit of a like working class alias.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to be kind of among the crowd.
Yeah. Okay. Interestingly, my J hasn't drunk in 2 days.
I will note that as a
before the rally.
Okay. Can I ask her about it?
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll ask her about it.
She doesn't give any particular reason why. Just says, just haven't felt like it. She's looking forward to the rally. You can make a roll for it if you want. When you can make a roll if you wish. It'll be some kind of insight roll, I think.
I'll
so study might work.
Okay, study. Right.
How do you do? You can
I'll study to see why, if possible, she's behaving differently.
Okay.
And from talking to her and what she said to me and what I've noticed about her habits, like not drinking.
I think risky standards. The risk here is that she might notice and kind of go into a shell.
Okay. Yeah, I'll.
She's a private person.
I'll just study with two dice. 1 and a 3. She doesn't disclose anything.
She doesn't tell you. No, you get nothing from her. She hasn't drunk for 2 days.
Okay. I'm set for the rally.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be mad. It's either gonna be good or bad. Like most things.
Let's make a little note of that. Just a little notey note. Some friends come in, some friends.
You're on a lot of notes.
Just because the look on blades.
A lot of things.
Halfway through this book already, Like,
oh really?
Look at that. Cool. For half time, it just feel like just going. That's good. That's good. Okay. My Daines up high.
Yeah.
Tombstone involved. I mean, you can call it if you need. I guess a flashback. I've already about that.
Yeah.
Your thugs are light loads, but they've got weapons again sewn into hidden pouches, pockets. You see a couple of them putting thin metal plates into the jackets as well, like a little bit of armor, that kind of thing, and they could be ready for war, ready for a fight while locking part of the crowd.
Are we reassessing our load?
You can certainly reassess your load now on the day of the rally.
Do our cohorts?
Your cohort's still weakened though, right?
When do they recover?
Oh, that's a good point.
I couldn't remember.
Downtime. I think they do it in downtime. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Sorry guys. Sorry, let's just quickly check because this might come into it.
I was going to check.
95 for cohorts, 92 for cohorts. Okay, all your cohorts heal during downtime. If circumstances are amendable for recovery, which they certainly were, they remove 1 level of harm, or 2 if a PC spends a downtime activity helping them.
Oh, only need 1.
So they just lose 1, they automatically heal. So during the downtime, they go to the doctors, they go to Flint, they heal, the folks are good to go.
Okay,
they're back to full strength.
Cool.
Good to know.
Ready for the rally?
Yeah, they look like that. A couple still got a couple little bruise into here. That's not bruise, blackened eyes. That's not unusual in Doskvol. Most people have that. So under the grey skies, the dim light of the broken sun, the odd lanterns hanging here and there in Crow's Foot, people gather, ready for the day. Blind hour passes. People have their breakfast, and as the hour approaches, I guess around noon, say noon start, the crowd begins to gather, and about 80 people more have come, and you see there is Josiah Anvil, the head. The crowd, he starts to talk. So, the question is now, what do you want to do? You want to just help them walk through?
So,
what's the plan here? How are you taking off the grinders?
The plan is to basically Josiah's there just to forward that view of pro-Ecclesian sentiment. We're going to try and sell some drugs in the crowd to try and get people even more riled up.
Okay.
That's worked before. And we're also going to have some plants in the crowd who sort of like plant the idea that maybe we should take some of the take it back sort of thing. Take back what is rightfully ours.
Okay.
Once that's been seeded, then we're going to basically try and sway Josiah to enact some greater form of action rather than just words.
So then we'll roll for each one of them.
Yeah.
And we'll let anyone else roll. So which one do you want to roll for first?
We'll do the drug one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm going to command our thugs to start selling drugs.
Are you commanding them or are you leading the group action?
Leading the group action with command.
Certainly. So you roll your command roll and take. They
it's
rolled
just
in.
One. Yes, it's probably
roll...
just one because it's our tier because they're not actually
elites
in selling drugs.
No, they're elites and thugs, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's just one dice.
Certainly.
So,
and you see the highest result.
Yeah. Would Merrick help or not?
Yeah, well, I'm distributing drugs around in the crowd as well.
In the carriage.
I'm in the crowd.
In the crowd. If he's in the carriage, like roll around, like deals on wheels.
So I'll command this, so I'll take any stress from the failed rolls. There's mine. We pass.
The highest of the 5 so far.
This is for this. So that's one
stress. Fail. And then Merrick, you joining in with this?
Yep.
So
what action was it?
It was me commanding them. So for you.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Sorry, it's an interesting one. Because leading the group action, you roll command, but you take stress. But I think I've got a feeling you can choose the action that they're taking, right? We have not done this for a while. So. Interesting.
It's usually it's not usually command.
That's fucking teamwork. 1, 3, 4. Lead the group action.
You got it.
Using the same action. Your character has skills and the character can at least command. So you choose the action, but you can use command.
Oh right. Oh yeah. So that's what I did. So we'll say
what
it's
action would it have been?
Probably sway. I'd say.
Yeah. It's, hey, kill them by some drugs.
Yeah.
So you roll your sway, but you get to roll command.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Roll my sway.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you take 6. So you take 1 stress and 6 at the high. So you do it without consequence.
Yeah.
Cool. So you select. Oh, you recognise people here.
Yeah.
You run now several vice dens in Crow's Fort. You're like, oh hello to our regulars. You know, and it's interesting. It's like I've not seen you outside on the streets.
Or we do come out.
Sometimes. And you've brought friends with you. Excellent. Do they partake? You know.
Yeah, so, we're kind of like selling drugs, but doing it a bit obviously, so anyone that wants drugs would know to contact us.
Yeah, like doing some handshakes and a little slip. You know, it's like, that's a wonderful necklace. Oh, let me just have a look. And there you go. You know, little hand slips inside, pats them there. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're successfully selling Spark.
In the meantime, I'd like Mad Jane to do a survey roll to keep an eye on the general area.
Certainly. I think Mad Jane is elite, so she's your tier +1 extra.
So 2. She's in the army and stuff.
I'm saying this. I think she might get 3 on this.
I'd say 2's fair, but
no, she's going to get 3. I'm not trying to give you extra here. This is fair. What some stuff she's done, she's going to get 3. Mad Jane from now on gets 3 dice in what she does in regards to. Consider Mad Jane basically elite. She's now 2 tier higher.
Right. Okay. Because she's not drunk.
Possibly. She's certainly not lost her edge, put it that way.
Okay.
There's something's happened. Again, you rolled a 1 and 3, but she's getting 3 dice.
All right. Awesome. 3 dice. Is it going to help? It doesn't help.
No, it does not help. So Mad Jane's like, it's great. She tells you, what she tells you, to be fair.
Yeah.
She's struggling to see. The crowd's large.
Oh, right, okay.
She's like, I might have to get into a better position. I'm not got the greatest angle.
I'm gonna command her to get a different angle. And,
okay.
You know what? I'll take a survey roll first of all.
Okay.
Just to survey the area, see if I can see somewhere, and then I'll yeah, it's going to be survey, not command. It's just going to be a straight up survey roll.
Cool. Mad Jane needs a sheet now. She's got to that point where she's strong enough.
Yeah, I'll make one up for her.
Okay, cool. She's a cut.
I'd like to play her if Thaddeus goes down.
I'll give you some stats what she'll have.
Yeah.
Cool.
So survey roll for Thaddeus while he's on the floor. No,
it's the number of people.
Control standard.
Yeah. The limited effect, 0 effect here. Yeah. Because there's it was controlled standard, but it's gone to limited to 0.
Yeah.
Simply because the number of people is making it difficult. It's more than you expected.
Yeah.
Like, this is nearly 100 people now.
Okay, that's
and you're in the crowd, you're selling stuff, and you get to the edge of the crowd and more are coming.
Right.
And it's that, you know, a crowd breeds a crowd, right? Like that thing, if you stand in a line, looking up, people start joining you. Imagine, like, you're both saying, like, wow, it's a good job we brought security, because this could get out of hand.
Right. Can we do our role for the march itself now, to see how well he speaks?
Yeah, you choose the role, you choose the other roles.
Does that make sense to do that now?
The march?
Yep.
Yes.
I think
So we're going to do... Do you want to roll the 5?
Is this the 5 dice one?
Not yet, no.
Oh, right, okay. So this would be his...
Also, what, you roll the 5 dice when you make the march against the grind.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
if you say now you want to do it for it now,
no.
go for it now. But if you want to set things up and get it into place...
Yes, yeah. So I'd say now it's probably him speaking, so that would be whatever his tier is at doing it, so 3 dice.
3 dice.
I'm guessing the march is going to finish at the docks.
Yeah.
Where the grinders are.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's when the 5 dice kicks in. Yeah. So his speech.
Ooh,
1, 3, 5. So, it's good. It's good. You know, he's definitely toned down. You can hear him talking the anti-Scov sentiment, and he's just going, look, our city has taken a terrible loss recently.
Okay.
Our town, in particular, Grossfoot in particular. It's my desire that this will bring the community together, and he's just focusing on bringing the community together.
Yeah.
There's no particularly pro-Acrosian sentiment, and there's definitely no anti-Scov sentiment.
I'm gonna resist this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that by making our plants like start shouting out, like
okay,
you know, like
Merrick's like,
I was totally about to do that exact same thing.
We all know who it really is. It's the Scovs.
Okay.
You know, don't dance around the subject. It's the Scovs. Like trying to pressure him into coming on board with
Stick to the script.
Yeah. So the way Thadeus would do that is basically go around or look for his plants and basically give them the signal. So it's 4 dice regardless, or 5 dice regardless of what it is.
Certainly.
I mean, it'd probably be like an insight, like to look and hunt out these people to start the.
So the nods
roll.
happen.
Yeah.
The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
Yeah.
6.
Ah,
6. No stress. Thought even heal stress then.
Oh yeah.
4 5 is like, yeah, I'm on this. I'm in the zone.
So yeah, that's how. So that's how.
Okay, yeah. So the crowd starts shouting. You know, the plants start going, no.
Yeah, it's the
Scovs.
Scovs.
It's the Scovs. We know who's to blame. We know what they did. You know, take our country back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and you can see him. He's pro.
Yeah.
He sticks to his points. He doesn't get flustered, but the crowd's definitely swaying, like, yeah, and people are hearing what they want to hear, you know. Even he's like, we should work together to fight the Scovs. You know, we need to, you know, our city has been hurt by the Scovs. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I think you should like maybe signal him to come off stage, just so you can persuade him to really lay on to the Scov sentiment, like, and maybe I don't know, like lean on his ego again, like saying they're with you, they're with us, you know. This is change in action. This is what's happening. This is in the moment, like, because his emotions will be up. Like, you know, he's got the whole crowd like cheering at him. You know, people don't usually make great decisions when
they took our jobs.
Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you. You don't have to. What do you think?
Yeah. I think if I'd like. I don't really want to like interrupt him mid-speech when he's got the crowd already.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you should take before the roll? So you've sold the drugs. Uzziah's made this beginning speech. He's coming down from the stage, and he's going to start marching. You know, he's going to start leading the crowd through the pre-planned route.
Oh, you know what?
Your plants have resisted the effect of his consequence of trying to. Oh, they've started to put the crowd to a frenzy, or they're trying. You know, they're beginning to get the crowd, the emotion high running. So, is there anything else you have to do before marching at the grinders?
No, the only idea I have is like, it's pretty crazy, but like perhaps
the survey failed.
Oh yeah, the survey did fail. No, we'll start marching towards the grinders, I think.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? Is the question now. So they're moving through the crowds, the streets. People, marching their songs, there are banners at the front, Doskvol for Acrosian starts to appear. People start waving the scarves and the flags from the windows. There's a few military flags. The regiment starts getting waved out of some of the windows. Yeah. Some of the no scarf sign get held up.
I've got like a flat cap on. I'll just like pull it down to hide my Ruvian features.
No one's got from the Ruvians. Didn't you notice?
No,
but yeah.
It's not the most colourful place to be for an Ruvian, shall we say?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I guess it'd be more a bit like the Austrians and the Germans, hating on the Polish from World War II. That kind of vibe at the moment,
Perhaps like the day before, like on the route, like when we're going through parts of the city which might have scovs there, or where do we go through? So we'd go through we'd go towards the docks
from the centre of Crow's Foot, work your way around to the docks.
I mean, there are still scovs in Crow's Foot, wasn't?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like when we go through streets or streets or alleys or roads where there would be scovs there, perhaps the night before we could have basically planted pro scov. I'd have a scov flag or something like that.
I thought you were gonna do crystal.
Oh yeah.
A scov's flag, which would be would drape out the window as soon as the march starts, or perhaps it's some chalk,
some instigators
scrawled out. Some instigators maybe. I think I'd do a flashback.
When Britain had the student riots, don't know if you heard, they found out some police cars had been left open on purpose, so people unlocked, so people would smash it up, and then the papers went, look at these animals. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I'd probably do that as a flashback.
Yeah, one stress for that. It's not hard to do, just to get you guys in position to do it. Okay, yeah. So as you start marching through, people start seeing a Acrosian flag, but then there's some pro scarves, and it's not a nice. Definitely that crowd's definitely turning from pro scarf to pro Acrosian. It's definitely turning to anti-scov now.
So when it starts doing that, I'm going to do another command roll and basically try and get my plants to start shouting out, we need to take it back, take it back. Start trying to get a chant which is just take it back. Like no one knows where it's come from, but it's how in football stadiums it takes they say it takes 5 people to start a Mexican wave. It's that thing where someone just start saying take it back. You're like, where's that? And
someone else shouts it. Yeah.
So I'm going to do a command roll and get the plants to do that.
Go for it. This would be control standard. Your plants are there.
Yeah. 2 dice. I'll take an extra one for a stress. 6.
You do it without consequence.
You do an extra one for 1 stress.
Oh no, it's 2 stress to take an extra dice.
Yeah. I thought you said 1.
Yeah, no, I took 2. I'm on 4 now.
Cool. So you do it?
Yeah.
Without consequence, and the chant is now loud and verbose. Take it back, take it back, take it back, and now you've got 100 plus people shouting, take it back, take it back. March through the streets.
I think at this point my thugs would shepherd them, so they go towards the docks, so they'll get in front of the crowd and basically block the roads, going that way, and basically try and channel the.
You see some of the blue coats now who've been put along the route because they know what's happening. Yeah. Just looking at this we're outnumbered here, aren't we? That thing, it's let's just keep it away from the good districts. Charter Hall bridges have been closed.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's been an accident and you have to go back through Crow's Fault to get to Charter Hall now. The docks to Charter Hall has been very much boom.
Yeah. And I guess I'll do another flashback. I don't know how easy it would be to know where the grinder's turf is, or whether right. So I'd basically find out the one that's closest to Crow's Foot, so it looks like we're spreading out, and then basically the closest one in the docks, or whatever they hold there, we'll try and take them out, take the warehouses.
Okay, cool. That's not good. It's 1 of the 3. That's not good. Okay.
And now we'll make our roll, I think.
Right.
Yeah. It makes sense, doesn't it? Unless you want to do anything else.
No. I think.
So, what's happened here? The idea of what's happened. The survey from Mad Jane was not particularly successful.
No.
She struggled to keep up. Do it best she can, but she struggled to keep up. And it being in the crowd as well, it's not a great position to see. That being said, the Bluecoats have used this time, you would hear, to attack the Grinders as well. They've diverted some of their resources to...
Oh, so they're making a big
They're making
push.
a play as well. While basically a lot of the city is distracted and the Scots are distracted, they've made a bit of a push. And the Grinders are definitely caught unawares. They knew it was coming, but the defences just aren't enough right now to hold against this. Oh man, you're putting Hutton into a real caged animal corner animal position here. Yeah, you're really pushing it back. You're pushing this back into a corner. I love it. Right, so how you tell me how you want to do it? And you roll this dice, man.
We basically get to the point where the crowd is chanting, "Take it back,
High on spark,
take it back."
It just needs one catalyst to start the fire, so I think I'm just gonna like grab a rock and just like hurl it at their
warehouse window. Yeah.
Okay.
Then that should just like start the spark.
Okay. So that's the first thing. Take it back. The high and spark. You've been marching now for about part of an hour.
Yeah.
And then just that smash of a well-known. Oh, and they've seen all the pro Scott sentiments around, and the pro Crozier. Cool. So let's put the magnitude. Lol. So, yeah, you've got a massive gang in this camp. So there's 80 people. So you got 5 dice.
5. Yeah, you can roll it. I don't want to touch it.
Okay.
I think it's best as a fortune roll.
Yeah.
How will this work? It's going to be controlled for consequence terms because you've done everything. You've succeeded on several rolls prior.
Yeah.
So it's going to be controlled. Like this is as controlled you can get.
This is controlled as an
controlled
angry mob.
chaos. Yeah. Controlled chaos. Like it was like riding the tiger.
Yeah.
Except the tiger does like you. And it really hates the thing it's holding.
Yeah.
We sort of don't want him to destroy the whole warehouse.
You want something to work with.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is like
you're kicking the Grinders out, right?
Yeah, we're kicking the Grinders out. I think the really interesting thing about this is obviously the Bluecoats aren't on our side, but they're being very opportunistic at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're kind of helping them. So like we don't even have that opposition really.
No. I mean, I think to me the 6 is the success, right? The 5 is a partial success. Maybe it's
perhaps we'll have to do something else.
Yeah, I think that. So an outright 6 is a straight success. You get the turf. A 5, 4 or 5 is there'll be some consequences.
But are we allowed to resist that?
As usual. As usual. I mean, you can, and you tell me how you resist it, but you can, direct the crowd. Hey, there's some Scots, go get them. Stop smashing those buildings up.
Yeah.
You're not here to do that.
Spray some water on them.
1 to 3 is the crowd's fucking out of control, and well done.
That's about right.
You wanted an angry mob, and you got one, son. So I think 5 dice. Let's see how well it does.
Roll them properly.
Controlled.
Don't do a Dan roll.
It's not control. It's just a fortune roll. Right? It's a fortune roll. It's a fortune roll.
Yeah. Because that does make sense because there is an element of uncertainty.
Yeah, you're right.
With the crowd.
I do think riding the tiger is what you're getting here. Yeah, good result, standard full effect. 5 is a mixed result. So on and so forth. It's a fortune roll.
Incoming 5 1s. Ready?
Yeah.
You got 6. You got the 6. So you do it
with a 1, 2, 2, and a 3. Come on. I said no Dan rolls. You rolled it like this.
Oh yeah.
When he rolled it like that.
When he said Dan roll, we have to sing that Dan doesn't so much do this. He just gently tilts the dice.
It looks like it just trickles over onto a 1.
So how would you do this? How's it? You tell me how it works.
I'd assume as soon as that first rock goes in, it's like 2 seconds later.
Warehouse.
Yeah, 2 seconds later, it's just like that, and then people just
and you see some of the Grinders
lose their inhibitions and just start trying to fill into the warehouse, loot the stuff in there. I suppose. I don't know. What would you do if you felt like something was yours and you wanted to take it back?
So
that sort of
you see there are Grinders there, and people know who the Grinders are, and the Grinders are getting rock thrown at them, planks of wood. Physically, the Grinders are being attacked. Someone comes up and pushes one of them. Get out of our city, and the Grinders are lost. What do we do here? This isn't a gang. These are there's 100 people here. And it's not enough to know we shoot someone. This is bad.
Yeah.
It's that, what can we do here? So you see some of them trying to get some stuff and clear out, get what they can and get out of here. But yeah, man, I mean, this is just a tight.
You know what? I think our thugs would actively chase them.
Yeah.
Like our thugs would see that they're grinders and basically just take the chance in the melee to at least attempt to take them down.
Yeah.
So can I make a roll for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, I'll lead a group action.
Yeah,
Basically, I'm pointing at the grinders and using Mad Jane's limited surveying thingy to feed back information to tell where these pockets of grinders are running off and basically command the
hunt them down.
Hunt them down. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going for the kill or are you just trying to get rid of them?
I think. Yeah, I think the principle they've got loyalty to Crow's Foot, and I don't think we'd be able to stop them. The thugs, like once they got started, they might.
I mean, they're not savage. They will listen to your command.
True.
They'll listen to your command. Depending on what you command them, they will listen to you.
Can I decide based on what they roll?
No.
I have to decide now whether I want them to kill them.
You need to tell them what you're doing. Yeah. If you say hunt them down, it's like we had this discussion like in the game, and I was saying. Something like give it to him, and we thought it went like kill the guy. I was like, no, give him the stuff. Like, you know. So, I was saying it in one of the we're playing Apex Legends. And I was like, get him, and I meant get our teammate revived, not get the enemy. So you need to how you tell them. Now. Yeah, what are you specifying to do? Because if you just say hunt him down, depending on what you roll, they might take that as hunt him down. Or it might mean chase him away. It depends. You have to what you specify.
It's gang warfare, man.
I think we go for the kill.
Kill him.
You're in for the kill.
Yeah. So we're
on different consequences depending on what you say here.
I'm on 2 for my command. We're on 2 for the cohorts because they're elites. They're elite thugs. We're tier 1, so that's 2 and 2. So these ones are mine. Do you want to roll the thugs?
Yep.
Are you getting Mad Jane involved?
She's got a sword. Yeah.
Okay, she gets 3 dice as well. As a separate cohort.
4 and 4.
So
the
4 to current high.
folks get
the 6. Oh, you're taking the 6.
5.
No stress. Oh, no stress.
No stress. Yeah.
She's involved. Okay. And there is no consequence. I really wanted the consequence.
I would have resisted that shit.
I really wanted. I was like, there's gonna be blood. The mob's gonna go mental, like with blood.
They see blood,
yeah, and they go like, they're attacking us, and that was gonna be great, you know. And we're gonna roll the 5 dice again to see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, your guys are smart about it. Mad Jane is she's changed, not in a bad way. Like she's sharp. She is sharp now. She's hunting them down to alleyways, and she's jumping them with you guys. Being the combat commander she once was. She's telling the guys to hunt them into alleyways and kill them quietly, kill them out of sight. Yeah. Like, don't do this in front of the crowd. You know, we're using the crowd here. She's got a finger on the pulse. So yeah, your guys you hunt them down. Make a fortune roll. So you do it that consequence, and you're gonna make a fortune roll now then to see how many you get basically. For luck, you know, they're trying to run away, they're trying to escape, depending on what you roll. Because you guys got this. The reason I'm not rolling for them now when you guys are rolling is I think that you've got the advantage. Oh, fact, actually, no, to be fair, fortune roll is advantages, disadvantages. So you've commanded them to hunt down, and they're doing this without consequence. Is this? I think the skirmish roll seems sensible here. A skirmish fortune roll.
Yeah.
So their thugs are elite thugs. They get 2 dice.
Yeah.
I'd say they're going to get 1 dice for a major advantage in that they've been commanded well.
Oh, the Arthog, sorry. Yeah.
So I think 3 dice fortune roll here to see what result they have in hunting down the grinders. Yeah. Again, there is no consequence to this. It's just how well they do it now. You avoided the consequence by getting that 6.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to roll it?
You go for it.
6 to do it, so you get a good result.
Damn, rolling well tonight.
Yeah, you're rolling real well tonight. Have you failed anything?
That's survey.
Yeah.
Wow. Like the one thing to fail, the grinders are not prepared. You just didn't know it. You just didn't know they weren't prepared. Like of all the things to fail. So yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, you kill a few. You guys, as you take stock a bit. That's anything else you want to do.
No.
As you take stock, you've got the turf. Pretty much like it's gonna need cleaning.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need repairing.
Yeah.
And you've hunted down a few. When you see Mad Jane next, like I think she's in the warehouse, she's like cleaning the sword, and a few of your guys reloading the pistols. They tell you they've killed half a dozen grinders.
So the way I see it playing out is like once the crowd like disperses and like probably the bluecoats try and turn up at least. To try and get rid
definitely.
of
Like they keep them like they close in from the bridges.
Yeah.
So like they kind of hem the crowd like from Charterhull, and it's back to Crow's Foot, and you see the ones on some of the goats, like not horses because they haven't got that much, but the goats and a few shotgun blasts in the air, and it's that no further. Yeah. And the bluecoats eventually start pushing in.
I think as the crowd disperses, it's just the thugs that remain, like in the warehouse, like just spread out, just as a show of force or something like that, like just to say, like we're not part of the crowd, we're different, we're not sheep, we're wolves, sort of thing. And then obviously the bluecoats will take note of that because it's sort of like, why are these people still here? Like why haven't they dispersed with the rest of them? Why aren't they showing the same mentality as a mob, basically? Like they've got a job to do. But I'd say that's the way it seems sensible to me to play out anyway.
Yeah, I'd have made a pretty hasty retreat.
You throw the first rock.
Yeah.
And the crowd, and a few things smashed up, like quite a few windows are broken. And the grinders, were pushed and and attacked by the crowd, but there was no real violence. It was that let's smash the place up. A lot of graffiti. There's superficial damage. There's a lot of superficial damage. This was not like the Scov riots. Yeah. There's even shouts where, like, of people like, let's be better than the Scovs. Let's not do what they did. We're not going to destroy our own home. This is our city. We're not destroying it. But we're sure as hell going to damage the Scovs' property. Yeah. That kind of thing. And, there's a lot of like, Scovs go home, painted onto walls. Like a rough drawing up, like paint of the Scov flag, like a big cross through it. That kind of thing. Yeah. Cool. Any pubs that serve Scovs have been like, had the windows put through, tables overturned. Again, it's all superficial damage. Yeah. Yeah. But there's quite a bit of it. It's a good, I'd say 4x4 city block of damage, but it's superficial damage. This is not the fire. The Scov one was fires and burning, because they crit. Yeah. The riot crit. Like, it was serious, and it was done by the Scovs in the depressed area. Yeah. This is, the Crows. A lot of the Crows of their own area, and there's no real loot or damage. Against all superficial. But as you guys sit in your newly acquired turf, you've spread out your control from Crow's Foot and the Vice Dens. On the map, your sphere of influence has grown. Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. It's just your thugs taking stock. Just, as you guys, like, say, they stand there firm against the bluecoats, like, yeah, we're not with them. Like, say, the wolves among the sheep. Yeah. And, Mad Jane just zooms out and just clean their sword of blood.
What happened to Uriel and Yanville in the
once? Oh right, yeah, he got in his carriage and left. Yeah. Once that crowd, like, he tried and quickly realised he's not talking about this. He was like, let us not descend into fire, and he's gone. Do not descend into violence. No, it's not happening. Get out of there. Keep his political career intact. That's where the wind's blowing. Yeah. Okay, anything else you wish to do? No. So we just zoom out, a series of frames. Your thug standing against the bluecoats, not aggressively, just not backing down. The site of the turf of the warehouse now, or the warehouses, firmly in the hands of the Soak Noose, the Blackwater Exchange. And and just the various bodies found in alleyways. That crematorium bell just ring dong dong, as half a dozen grinders have been shot and stabbed, mostly stabbed quietly in alleyways. Like, one of them runs down the alleyway, he sees one of your guys at the front, he turns back, there's another one, and he's just bent over double as suddenly someone comes from another angle and just guts him. A couple more running down a street, and you just see Jane just put like that sword, just starts sweeping in great arcs. Yeah.
Awesome.
That pretty much went according to plan.
I think so.
Surprisingly.
Doesn't usually happen. Well,
no.
It's funny how our plans that involve mayhem usually go to plan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The plans that don't. Like sneaking.
Control, organised chaos is fine.
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool,
awesome.
Guys. Thank you for playing. Thank you for joining us as always. We'll do XP after the credits.
Yep.
And go through. I think it should be interesting ones tonight. Awesome. As always, thank you for joining us. So, do feel free to hang around after the credits where we will discuss today's game and run through some experience points. When will the episode be live, Dan, or online? it's the 17th.
Oh,
When does the episode go on YouTube?
when people are watching this now.
Oh yes. And the next half will be live tomorrow.
This is the second half.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I've not done this in a while. How has it been a week and I can't remember? We have other stuff online now going live.
We have episode. The prologue of Betrayal Legacy is out.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the second episode, which is chapter 1, is out this week.
Nice. And we have a U-Boot unboxing coming out. U-Boot the board game.
Yep.
Cool. And as always, on Wednesdays, catch Guild Hall. Come and chat.
Thursdays.
Oh my god. This has gone bad to worse. Thursdays, Guild Hall. Come and chat with us and we discuss everything tabletop board gaming. And some RPGs get mentioned sometimes.
We should have an RPG episode actually.
We will do. We've got a lot coming for Guild Hall. Let us know in the do like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you enjoy, and we will catch you soon. I think that's everything, isn't it?
So?
That was an awful ending. I'm sorry. I apologise.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, it's one of those days. Cool. Right then. So thank you for joining as always, and from the violent streets of Doskvol, we will see you next week. But until then, see you in the dusk.
Bye.
Bye.
We're back.
Welcome back. So, who was doing? So, yeah. Also, I mean, the last XP upgrade you got was Juliet.
Yeah.
So, who's going first tonight?
I think it's your turn, isn't it? Or is it me?
There's one dice on the floor.
I think it's me. So, desperate action. I had a desperate action, and you didn't for once.
Yeah, man, you didn't.
What is this?
I was calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
It's 'cause I was in my element. I was in my element in the mayhem. That's what it's about, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not desperate for you.
Yeah, just come
That's
on.
when Thadeus is the most comfortable.
Address the challenge with deception or influence.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I think I got 2 for that. I mean, you had the whole heated conversation.
Yeah.
Even just even dive down to I know you did it, but like the thugs, the gang of getting the plants, deception, and influence.
Yeah. Influencing the crowd. I think it's all connected.
Yeah.
Belief, strives, heritage, or background.
I do think your background come into it a little bit, just because it was a very right wing, uncomfortably right wing. You know.
It was. There were a few times I was like, I shouldn't be the ringleader because I'm a Ruby and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was that. That was cool. What do we do during?
Not a lot because we're at war.
You tried to reduce heat as well and failed. Well, not
Oh,
failed.
yeah.
That's the wrong term to use, but not as successful as you'd like, I think.
Yeah. Okay, struggles with issue with vice or traumas during the session. Maybe if you had to look for a new vice then, which you probably will next time.
Oh yeah,
you probably get an XP.
I'm actually surprised that I didn't take more stress this session.
Yeah,
because you guys rolled really well tonight.
It went well.
It is funny when because I do feel sometimes that you guys it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just
like sometimes you fail and it seems to just compound.
It just depends on what we're doing. Like anything sneaky, like sneaking to mansion, we just don't have the skill set to do that. So it's just like one dice a lot of the time.
But yeah, talking and mayhem.
So 2 for deception and influence, 1 for belief, strive, heritage, background, nothing for vice or traumas.
Yeah, I mean you strictly struggled there, not particularly.
Yeah,
and they got desperate as well.
I got 1 for desperate.
Cool. What are you taking? What are you doing? Spend your sweet XP down.
think I am going to level up my prowl.
Oh, he's getting sneaky. You're getting into places
Yes.
to talk.
Bit sneaky, yeah.
So what is your current prowl?
My
1,
prowl
3.
is 3.
Nice. Stealthy. So you can sneak into, as a vampire more often than not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Vampires are well known to be sneaky.
Yeah.
Address the desperate rolls. I didn't get any. Address the challenge with technical skill.
I do think that's the first time it's happened. You've had one. Merrick's had one. If Thaddeus hasn't.
Probably, I think so. Yeah.
Team skills and mayhem.
It's just mayhem, really, in that.
Mayhem.
Yeah. I mean, a pure mob mentality.
Oh, I did a printing press as well, which sort of helped us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly, it's mayhem. Or
No. Technical skill.
Technical skill, definitely technical.
Addressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I mean, dear God, the whole thing was right-wing Acrosian.
Yeah,
You made a printing press to make your own propaganda.
You make it sound like this was all my idea. I need to let
Was
off
it not though?
I do feel like I am delving into dangerous territory every single session now, so I probably will hold off on the anti-Skov sentiment for the next few episodes.
I mean, Thadeus he's the next.
I don't hold any right-wing values in real life, really, or any ones that I am vehemently expressing. So
it is Thadeus is an ex-military who fought against him in the war.
The worst thing I can think of is like rape and murder, and murder's more socially acceptable to role play, obviously, like in D&D and stuff like that. And I feel like that's, if we can do that, then we can express certain political views maybe that you don't necessarily hold yourself as a character.
We're using role-playing games as kind of vessel to explore these kind of...
But I can also see why people would be uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, on this note, and this is like I mentioned it, we did touch on this before, it is uncomfortable. Like, it is, because it is racism.
Yeah. And
I do think this is a very adult-oriented game.
Yeah.
It's blazing dark. You play as criminals. You're not playing as heroes. We're playing as drug dealers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm exploring those themes that go with that.
That's what I mean. Like, nothing I've done in this game
would condone.
I'd never do anything in this game. So why wouldn't I explore the boundaries of that? I could see it differently, perhaps if I was like a minority in a country, but I'm not. But I don't know. It's
I would say in this game, what Thadeus is doing there, and I think something that we openly laugh and joke about, is the farcical nature of it.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, it is a massive parody of
how,
because I don't really have any reason, to be against them really, because they're the most oppressed people in, most oppressed people in that Acrosia.
And and Josiah Amber was sitting there saying, I've got no problem with it. They're like any other person. They work hard. He's just like, they're no different.
Yeah.
And that's why he was so resistant to it. But what the role play allows us to do is explore these themes, and I think we can all agree that it's farcical to judge someone based on their heritage. It's absolutely farcical. And several times it's in fact hurt them because you've passed up on a very good, the very first one, the Skovlander criminal. Who you chose not to take. Who was probably the most suited for you.
Yeah, probably was.
Which I did on purpose to see if you take it. Because I wanted to see the bait. It was a little bit of bait of, will Thadeus go for it because they're clearly suited. It's hurt them there. It's hurt you on several occasions.
Yeah, I guess all I was saying is that I have explored it quite well in that last episode. So I'll probably we'll lay off in future episodes just because it gets boring for me as well if I'm just exploring the same facets of his personality
without reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
This was a reason that you're using the anti-sentiment to your advantage. You've used it.
Yeah.
But it's also like the circumstances leading up to like supporting something like this. We've kind of been pushed into this. And this is the best way to get what we want.
Yeah. I just felt I should voice it. So it's on camera, really. Just so.
No, completely agree. If anyone's reading this, I felt uncomfortable. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I felt I was pushing the boundaries of my own personal comfort level as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
as is the nature of a genuinely an adult horror. Role-playing game. That these things on it. On it. I mean, let's say horror might be the strong way. It's not necessarily horror, but dramatic. Criminal-orientated. Very flawed people.
Yeah.
And the consequences of it. That's what role-play does. Like, they also explore boundaries. in a safe and controlled environment. So
last one is just struggles with issue with vice or traumas during a session. I think there's only one instance of that, and that was when I said I was just going to take a load of arcane implements every time.
Yeah, the whole
vampire thing.
Because I think he's a vampire.
I think that's just funny.
It's like
I don't know what the conclusion.
I really wanted after that just knock on the door and say, "May I come in?"
Can you invite me in, please?
I'd definitely come to the door.
Especially how polite Merrick is. And you know, he is polite, and he probably would ask for to be allowed in, not just walk in.
I'd say one XP for that.
Yeah, I think 1
Yeah.
Cool. And the what you spend it on?
None of mine are nearly full, so I'll just add some on to some resolve, 3 in resolve, and then I'll stick 2 in skirmish.
Cool. And the crew.
Yes.
This is going to be an interesting thing, I think. I'm going to explain my reasoning why in a moment.
Okay. Acquire product supply, execute clandestine convert sales, or secure new territory.
Yeah. Was this clandestine? Was it? But I think I think with 2 on that one, you've got new territory.
Yeah.
New territory. I think 2. I think it's like a bit of both. You've got new territory. You did do some covert sales on the in the crowd.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
Yeah.
That's 1, is it?
I think 1. Because the grinders are 1. Grinders are tier 2. They're not massively
Bolster
high.
your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
I think ambitious massively so.
Okay, so that's
when
another
people
one.
realise that you're literally, I think 2 for that. Would you reckon?
Okay, I don't know. It's up to you.
When you guys organised a rally, a political rally, I think to me that's jumps as and
I feel like
and it was professionally done.
Yeah, I feel like we don't necessarily want to be the obvious name behind it, but we will be
it's difficult to hide, isn't it? Like we're the only people who've gained from it.
We funded it.
Yeah, people when they know my Lyra Clev, Lissa, all people in the underworld will know what you've done and will read between the lines.
Yeah,
they'll read between the lines.
You can't do anything.
Gonna love us. It's great.
Oh, I know. Express the goals, drives.
Well, now he's a -2 after this. After he knows it's a -2.
Yeah. Express the goals, drives inner conflict or essential nature of the crew. I don't think there was really anything of that. Like the inner conflict was mainly just due to Thadeus' paranoia and not really
nothing there. I think it was very much like you guys drove it as opposed to crew, but you drove what you guys do.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I would say about the goals or drives is that our thugs are principal to Crow's Foot, but again, it's quite a loose thing. It's not like we have to convince them because they're going to work for us anyway.
Sorry, it was in a doxy mostly.
Exactly.
They come into it, so I wouldn't say anything.
That's fair. No, that's fine.
Cool. So we're 3 off level up, I think.
Yeah, and we are currently maxed out on our rep.
And you've got 2 turf because you've got
2 turf.
Don't forget now for your turf, you've got a second one.
Oh yeah, no, I've marked that in from.
Nice.
I did that today because we were 1 off, so I just marked that turf in for the next episode.
Cool. So you got 2 turf, so you got 2 permanent rep now, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. You're close to level.
So if we can end this war and go back up to 1 strong, then we can get up to tier 2 weak.
I mean, you might not end the war before you even strike back.
We have to spend a lot of money though. We need some money. I did like that 1 and 2 though you rolled in there. That was good.
Yeah.
And again, in game terms, Ulf at the end after the rally, you can roleplay or roleplay it or bring it to extend. The news is now -2.
Yeah, Ulf is -2.
Yeah, after hearing what happened to the grinders and basically the scoffs that you guys helped him. Cool, I think that's everything. Awesome, guys. Thank you for bearing with us through at times an uncomfortable episode in these themes, but this is good to explore and good to play. And I mean, a plan that went to plan.
Yeah. A mayhem.
I am a little bit shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as smooth as an angry mob.
The hardest part was convincing him to talk.
Yeah, after that it was all it was all gravy. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time. And until then, once again, we'll see you in the dust.
Bye.
Bye.